Hello, section 5.5. Today we're going to be solving equations by graphing. Our objective for today is to be able to solve linear equations by graphing. What we mean by linear equations is equations that we may have solved in the past. For example, 2x plus 6 equals 5 plus 4x. Okay, we would have solved this in the past by going through our steps of solving linear equations. Like, for example, I might have subtracted this 4x from both sides and ... continued solving this way. Today we're going to learn a new method of solving these now that we know how to solve a systems of equations. So here's the method. First, we're going to write it as a system of two linear equations. What we mean by this is I'm going to take, here in this first example, I have negative x plus 1 equals 2x minus 5. I'm going to treat this as two separate equations. I'm going to treat it as this equation, y equals negative x plus 1. There's the blue. And then the other side, y equals 2x minus 5. So I'm going to treat them as two separate equations. That is my step one. Write it as a system of two linear equations, meaning write the left side as a y equals, and then write the right side as a y equals. And then now I'm going to graph this system. Well, since they're both y equals, we could graph them by hand, but I think we're going to just jump straight to technology at this point, and we're just going to graph them using Desmos and then our graphing calculator. So this first one I'm going to do using our graphing calculator. So I need to turn on my graphing calculator. Okay, so here. And I need to go to my y equals, and I'm going to graph one of them as y equals. So the first one, where's it? I don't know. Oh, here we go. Y equals negative x plus 1. So I'm going to take this negative x plus 1, and I'm going to put that into my y equals. Y equals negative x plus 1. So there's my first equation. Hit enter. And now I'm going to do my next equation, which is the y equals 2x minus 5. So we'll go ahead and graph that one. Y equals 2x minus 5. Okay. So I have them both in. So I put them both in there. And now I'm wanting to look for the x. Again, I'm still looking for the same thing. I'm looking for the x that makes it true. Meaning I'm looking for the x that makes that equality there in the middle work. So I'm looking for an x that when I take the negative of it and add 1, it's the same as if I take it times 2 and subtract 5. Looking for where they're equal. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to graph these two. So I'm going to hit the graph button. Okay. If your window doesn't look like this, a standard window is always nice. So I would do zoom 5 for square, zoom 6 for standard. I'm going to zoom 5. That kind of squares the screen out. What I mean by square is every unit over is the same as every unit up. And then we're going to look for this point here. That's the same on both. So I'm going to trace. I'm going to trace over and try to approximate where I think it is. It looks like, if I look at my x's here, it looks like it's here around 2. So I'm going to type in a 2. Yep, 2 gave me a negative 1 on the blue. Now I arrow down to get on the red, and I'm going to try 2 on the other one. 2 gave me a negative 1 on the red. So a 2 gives me the same thing on both sides, so that tells me an x of 2 works. Okay, the only difference in our previous is my solution here is not an ordered pair. I'm just looking for the x, so it's not an ordered pair here. I'm just looking for the x that works. I don't know what's going on, guys. An x equal to 2 is what worked. Now check your solution, meaning plug it in there, make sure it works. So here for my check the solution part, we'll do that over here in green. So I'm going to, the negative, so here I've got the negative of 2. The negative of 2 plus 1. Does that equal, and put a question mark above it, I'm not sure it's true, 2 times 2 minus 5. Plugging it in this side for x and in this side for x. Negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1. 2 times 2 is 4 minus 5. That's also negative 1. Yes, it works. So there's my solution. X equals 2. Okay. All right. So now let's go on and do the next one. So now here, monitoring progress. Oh, the next steps. Graph the system. Find the X value of the solution. Important there. We're only looking for that X value of the solution. And then check it to make sure that X value worked. Okay. So now these next two, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do them using Desmos now. Okay, so again, I'm going to graph this. I'm going to do this one, y equals 1/2 x minus 3. And then we'll do this side, y equals 2x. Okay, so I'm going to type in y equals 1 divided by 2. That's how I get the 1/2 x minus 3. So there's that one. And then y equals 2x. They're kind of the wrong color, but it doesn't matter. Okay, and then I want to look for the point. One thing I like about Desmos is it jumps straight to that intersection point. So I just want the x coordinate because I'm looking for what x value works here. So it looks like x equals negative 2. As always, you want to check it. So I'm going to plug a negative 2 into here. So here's my check over here. 1/2 times negative 2 minus 3. Does that equal 2 times negative 2? Okay, 1/2 times negative 2 is negative 1. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. Negative 1 minus 3 is negative 4. Yep, it worked. So my solution there worked. X equals negative 2. Okay. All right, last one. Again, graph this as y equals negative 4 plus 9x. We'll graph this one, y equals negative 3x plus 2. I think we'll use Desmos again. Y equals negative 4 plus 9x. Okay, let's drag that over here. The next one, y equals negative 3x. Oh, 3x. What's the rest of it? I can't see. Plus 2. Okay, there they are. So we want to look for the point. So it looks like 1/2. That point would be a little harder to find on my graphing calculator. Not impossible, but I'd have to do a little bit of trial and error to find it. But it looks like there we've got 1/2. So it looks like my solution is x equals 1/2. But now let's try it. Let's check it. Always want to check 9 times 1/2. Negative 3 times 1/2 plus 2. Okay, negative 4 plus, this would be 9/2 equals negative 3/2 plus 2. Okay, I need a common denominator here. This is over 1 times 2 times 2. So this gives me negative 8/2 plus 9/2 is 1/2. Have to do the same thing, common denominator here, that's over 1. So that would be negative 3/2 plus 4/2 is also 1/2. Yep, it worked. So x equals 1/2 is my solution. All right, here's your problems. Page 265, 4 through 20 even. I'm going to put here, make sure you check your work. Make sure you check it, make sure it works. So page 265, 4 through 20 even.